Every place in the world has its own ancestral techniques for building homes. Each culture created structures that were well adapted to the local climate and built with easily available materials. There is one material that most houses of the past have in common, one material found all over the earth, and that is earth, also known as mud. Today, I want to share with you all the next phase of our DIY build, filling in the walls with a technique called Quincha. About a year ago, we broke ground on our 2-room house. With the help of a builder and one assistant, Jonah and I built a single slanted roof with all the supporting wooden structure. Then my partner Jonah added to the structure using offcuts that were free from the mill. These little strips of wood will be totally covered up once the plaster is done. This step is essential to holding in the quincha as it dries. In a previous construction, we used pieces of cane which we harvested from the yard and then dried before cutting into strips. Both work. Jonah secured the strips of wood with small nails, then he wove through some wire to add even more structure to hold in the quincha. The quincha, which we will be filling in the walls with, is made up of mud and straw. We will be placing wet, brick-like pieces of mud and straw in the wall where it will dry. I'll explain a bit more about the process in a minute here, but first, let me explain why we are building with mud. The main reason is the thermal benefit. The straw acts as insulation and the earth holds thermal mass, which helps the house stay warm in winter and cool in the summer. Also, straw and earth are nice non-toxic building options, as well as flame resistant once the clay plaster is applied. The first step to any earthen mixture is the earth itself. Over the years, the road along our land has become narrow as the hill above erodes. So we are using dirt from there, filtering out any rocks and organic matter that we can. This dirt contains some clay, small rocks, sand, and even a bit of soil too. Because this is the filling of the wall, it doesn't need to be in exact proportions of sand and clay like with other mixes. What I'm trying to say is that pretty much any earth works. After filling our kiddie pool with dirt, we then topped it off with water. Then let it soak until the following day. And then we mixed it in well using some garden tools. Many people prefer to use their feet to mix earth and straw. That method works well when it's short pieces of straw or earth that doesn't have any rocks in it. As you can see, this straw is quite long. The idea is to make brick-like shapes of straw that are totally covered in mud but not dripping. Once the straw is evenly coated in mud and formed into sort of a burrito shape, it is time to bring over buckets full of quincha to the wall. Unlike normal bricklaying, we want to place these quincha pieces vertically. As the mud dries, all of this will contract a little bit, so we need to make sure to really pack in the quincha into the wall. While other steps in the house building project took months of work to complete, this phase has been very dynamic. We filled in the walls of our 2-room house in about 3 weeks worth of 4-hour sessions. And while it's important to be consistent with the mixing, forming, and application, this is an aspect of natural building that anyone can do. In fact, we owe a few of these segments to the help received at 2 work parties, where a few friends, adults and children with little or no building experience, came and helped us out. We are grateful and hope that someday they use the same technique to build or improve their own house. And hopefully you will too. Now the walls will dry for 2 or 3 weeks while we focus on other things. Then we'll be back to work on the next phase, which is earthen plastering. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, happy crafting!